He had absolute power, the kind of power most people believe would solve everything: armies, wealth, authority over millions. And yet, every single day he prepared himself to be insulted. His name was Marcus Aurelius, and he was the most powerful man in the world, but power never impressed him, because he understood something most people don't: that no matter how much control you have over others, you can still lose control of yourself. And that is where real failure begins. Marcus ruled during one of the most difficult periods in Roman history: wars on multiple fronts, plagues spreading through the empire, political pressure from every direction. Every decision he made could cost thousands of lives. And yet, the hardest battles he fought were not on the battlefield. They were inside his own mind, because every day he dealt with people, difficult people, disloyal people, selfish people, people who lied, people who manipulated, people who worked against him. And the natural reaction would be anger, frustration, punishment. After all, he had the power to do anything, but instead he did something different. Every morning, before facing the world, he reminded himself, "Today I will meet people who are meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and difficult." Not as a complaint, but as preparation. Because if you expect difficulty, you are not surprised by it. And if you are not surprised, you are not controlled by it. There is a story that one day a man openly insulted him, in public, directly. Most rulers would punish that immediately, but Marcus did not react. Not outwardly, not inwardly. Instead, he asked himself, is what he said true? If it was true, then it wasn't an insult, it was useful. And if it wasn't true, then it didn't matter, because false words cannot harm you unless you believe them. Most people defend their ego. Marcus examined reality. Most people react to emotion. Marcus questioned it. Most people escalate conflict. Marcus dissolved it. Because he understood something deeply practical. Anger is not power. It feels like power, but it is actually a loss of control. So instead of reacting, he reframed. He saw difficult people not as enemies, but as opportunities. Opportunities to practice patience, discipline, clarity. Because if you can remain calm when everyone else loses control, you gain something far more valuable than dominance. You gain stability. And stability creates clear decisions, and clear decisions shape outcomes. That is why Marcus wrote reminders to himself. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. These weren't quotes. They were tools used daily. Because perspective is something you train. And over time, this made him unshakable. Not because life became easy, but because his interpretation became stronger. And that is the lesson. You don't control what people say. You don't control what happens. You don't control the world, but you always control what it means. And when you master that, you become untouchable, because the world can only affect you to the degree that you allow it. And Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in the world, chose not to be controlled by it. And that is what made him truly powerful.